Your cat does 10 specific things, and almost none of them are what you think they are. You probably assumed they were just cat being weird, but each one is your cat telling you something they will never say to anyone else. Not the vet, not your roommate, not even the person who feeds them when you're gone. Stick around, because the last one on this list is the single rarest thing a cat can do for a human, and most owners never even notice it's happening. Number 1. They wrap their tail around your arm, leg, or another cat, and leave it there. Watch closely next time you're sitting near your cat. If their tail drapes over you and stays loosely, not gripping, not twitching, that's not an accident of where they happen to sit. A relaxed, resting tail is a cat with zero alertness toward you. Cats that feel uneasy keep their tail tucked, flicking, or low and tense, ready to reposition fast. A tail left resting on a person is a nervous system that has nothing it's preparing to escape from. Number 2, they let you touch their paws without pulling away. Try this mentally before you try it for real. Paws are loaded with nerve endings, and for a cat, they're a primary weapon and a primary escape tool. Most cats yank their paw back the instant you touch it, bonded or not. It's just sensitive. But a cat who lets you hold, press, or massage their paw for more than a second or two without tensing is overriding a pretty strong reflex. That's not, they're just used to it. That's a cat actively choosing to stay still while you handle one of the most defended parts of their body. Number 3, they stay closer than usual when you're sick, sad, or just having a bad day. You're lying on the couch with a fever, or you've been crying for 10 minutes straight, and suddenly your cat, who normally treats you like furniture, is sitting right next to you, maybe even pressed against your side. Cats are highly tuned to changes in a person's voice, posture, and energy. When their normal routine of ignore the human unless food is involved gets interrupted like this, it's because something registered as different, and they responded by closing distance instead of keeping their usual space. They're not fixing the problem. They're just choosing to be near it, which, for an animal that spends most of its day deciding what's worth its attention, says more than it looks like. Number 4, they flop down dramatically, right in your path. You're walking across the room and suddenly your cat drops. Not sits, drops, directly in front of you, fully on their side, like gravity just won. This isn't clumsiness. A cat choosing to collapse into a fully exposed position in the one spot where you're guaranteed to notice them is a deliberate display. They're not just relaxed. They're relaxed enough to make themselves the center of attention while completely defenseless. Cats don't perform vulnerability for just anyone. They save the dramatic flop for an audience they're not worried about. Number 5, they bring you things you didn't ask for. A dead bug, a sock, a toy mouse dropped directly on your pillow at 6 a.m. Most people laugh it off or get grossed out. But in the wild, this exact behavior is how mother cats teach kittens to hunt, and how cats provide for members of their group who can't hunt as well as they can. When your cat hands you a gift, they're not confused about what humans eat. They're including you in their colony. As far as their instincts are concerned, you're a slightly useless hunter who still deserves to be fed. That sock on your pillow is basically a cat saying, "I've got you covered." Number 6, they rest their head or chin directly on you while they sleep. Not curled into a ball nearby, head down, weight resting on your hand, your leg, your shoulder, completely limp. A resting head means a relaxed neck and a cat who isn't keeping their head up to track sound or movement around them. In a multi-cat household, you'll often see this exact posture between cats who are bonded to each other. When a cat positions their head on you the same way, they've quietly put you in that category. Not owner, not roommate, something closer to a littermate. Number 7, they show up at the same time, every time, like clockwork. You get home from work, and there they are, already at the door, already waiting, at almost the exact same minute every day. Cats build remarkably accurate internal schedules around the people they're attached to. That precise, almost eerie timing isn't coincidence, and it isn't about food, since this happens even on days the food bowl is already full. It's a cat who has built their entire day's rhythm around the moment you reappear. Which means, whether they show it any other way or not, you're the event their whole day is structured around. Number 8, they follow you from room to room for no obvious reason. No food bowl involved, no door needs opening. You just get up to grab your phone, and somehow they're 3 steps behind you every time. This is sometimes called shadowing, and it shows up most in cats with a strong attachment to one specific person. They're not following the house. They're following you specifically, treating your location as the center point of their day, the same way a satellite stays locked onto a planet instead of drifting through empty space. Number 10, they groom you back. Not the dramatic stuff. A few slow licks on your hand, a nibble clean on your hair while you're half asleep, maybe 30 seconds, then they stop and walk off like it never happened. Here's why this one matters more than everything else on this list combined. All grooming between two individuals, is one of the most exclusive bonding behaviors in the entire cat world. Feral and group-living cats only groom members of their own core social unit, never outsiders, never cats they merely tolerate. The grooming circle in a cat colony is small, deliberate, and earned. When your cat licks you, they're not cleaning you because you're dirty. They are placing you physically inside the smallest, most trusted circle they have. The same circle reserved for the few other cats they've decided are truly theirs. Out of every gift, every nudge, every nap, this is the one your cat almost never does for anyone outside that circle. And if they've ever done it to you, you already know exactly where you stand with them.